Hi friends, today we're going to talk all about erasable pens and highlighters. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk all about the FriXion pens, and these are pens and highlighters that are erasable. I even have a few from this Italian brand. It's Legami, and this is Milan. I actually got these in France last October. So these pens are great assets to your planner because you don't have to worry about whiting out your mistakes. You can just erase it. And I have a love-hate relationship with these FriXion pens because on the one hand, I love it. I think it's so functional that you can erase what you write. But on the other hand, it's not exactly perfect. So there is some remnants of things when you erase stuff, depending on the paper you use. So we're going to go over some of that stuff today, and I'm going to show you all the different kinds of pens I've tried and which ones are my tried and true favorites. When I write with a gel pen, I like a really black line, and I'm going to show you. I did a bunch of samples here. Right here are some examples of some of these pens. I have Sharpie S-Gel 0.7. Wow, I forgot how much I love this. My daughter bought a pack and I kept one of them. The Zebra Sarasa Mark-On 0.5, which is really good. Right now, one of my favorites is the Pilot Precise in a 0.5. I also like the Pentel Klena, except I ran out of ink, so I just reordered a refill. So the closest that I've found right now, and now we get to the FriXion, is the FriXion Synergy at 0.5. It's not quite black as everything else, but it's close enough. And I use this. Let's see, is that clear enough? I use this in my Laurel Denise planner, and I like it because I make a lot of mistakes in that planner, and I've whited out things before and it looks terrible. So it's a give and take of what you can do. I'm gonna show you how this writes. So this is the one right now. I just showed this in my plan with me. This is my favorite right now, and I think I showed this in my latest plan with me. It's the FriXion Synergy Clicker. You click it from here, and they have a special, I think they call it like a needle point. I will show you one of my older ones. This is the clicker. I think I got this in France. It's sort of like a gel roller ball, like a ballpoint. And I will tell you the story behind this. My in-laws live in a apartment complex in France, and on the main floor ground level there's a stationery shop, so I like going shopping there when I visit my in-laws. And this is actually how I discovered FriXion. I think I got some pens in Japantown in San Francisco. This is years and years ago, and then we went to France for the summer, and then I realized they had so much more there that I ended up buying a bunch more. And they were the ones in the beginning. They didn't have the clicker, they had the cap. And I think I discovered the clicker when I was in France, because actually, because of the French market in Europe, that's how the FriXion, my God, it's a tongue twister. That's how the FriXion pens came to be, because in French kids in schools don't use pencils and erasers like Japanese kids do. They actually use ballpoint pens when they do work. And I actually talked to my daughter and she confirmed this. She said, oh, even in math class, starting in middle school, you had to use pens. You couldn't use pencil for math. So there's no wonder why I find all these amazing kind of new things in France. So they have their own way of doing things. So, this is very handy because a child can write, a student can write and then also erase their work. So this is the needle tip. So I really like this fine needle tip, and the 0.5 works well for me. I did show this is the old school ones, the old clickers. I had 3 colors, like a blue and a lighter kind of teal color with this, and it's not quite black. So it's not quite like the Sharpie S-Gel or the Zebra or the Pilot Precise. FriXion is from Pilot. But this dark grayish color, that's good enough for me. I actually find, I know the Laurel Denise herself really likes the FriXion Synergy Knock, and that's a 0.3. Oh, I wrote 0.5 here. Here, why don't we try this now? I wrote 0.5 by accident, so let me erase it and show you. So one of the issues is when you actually erase with this, you can kind of see, this is an Erin Condren notebook. There is a remnant of the of the stuff there. You get a shadow of it. I mean, it's okay. It's like when you use a pencil, right? It's never perfectly thereafter. So I've changed it to 0.3, and then I think I got these two pens off Jet Pens. I wanted to try it. I actually am more of a fan of the pink. So I think this FriXion Synergy, the Knock ones, they are good in the color, but if you want a black, you're never going to get black. So if you're okay with like a gray tone ink, that's fine. So that can work. It's just not dark enough for me to see sometimes from far away. What I did love, I did use when I first started my Laurel Denise portrait planner, were these, I don't know how to pronounce these. They're the FriXion Japanese version. They call them Waai, W-A-A-I. And they come in a lot more fun colors. So as you can see here, they're all the different colors here. I thought this black, I mean, it's kind of a dark gray. It's also 0.5. This one looked pretty good. It's kind of close with this FriXion Synergy, but I actually like writing with the FriXion Synergy better. None of this is perfect. By all means, like if you have your favorite gel pen, that's probably writes better than this. The only advantage is that you can erase what you write. So I like it. And then you can combine these also now. Let me just move these aside right now. I really like these. I think these colors are really pretty. It feels like it looks nice on your desk in a way. I actually have to hide these away in a different place or my husband will use them. And he once like signed checks using my erasable pens, and I told him, oh my God, you can't use these pens. So now I kind of have to separate them away so in case he uses them. So, but these are pretty, and I really like them for writing in color because you can color code people in your life, in your planner, and then you can erase it if things change because as we know, plans do change. So these are really nice. They're the way, I don't know how to say it, but they are these WAAI pens. And I'll link everything below if I can find links in the description. A lot of this stuff you can find on Amazon and as well as at Target. I think I got my latest Synergy in a pack from Target, and I love these so much. Okay, so the other cool thing is there are also highlighters. I really love these highlighters. These came in a pack of actually 5. And these I also got at Target, and they are here. The only thing with highlighters is I really don't like this fluorescent yellow color. Like the fluorescent highlighter, it gives me like, I don't know, it gives me back my own like PTSD from like being in school. So I'm not a fan. I wish they didn't have this like really like harsh fluorescent color on that one. So I wanted to try the Japanese version. So I ended up buying, I think these were on Amazon, the Japanese version, which are much more mild colors. There's actually 2 more colors, a red and orange, and I don't know where they are. So I might have thrown them away because I typically don't like red and orange tones. So I think I just kept these. So I like that there was a gray because I can use that a lot. And I like this blue tone. It's a little bit like not as bright as that one. And then this green one, even though it could almost be like a highlighty color, it's really not. And then this is the pink. So it's a little darker, it's a little different, but I think they work well. And I use these a lot in my Laurel Denise planner. And the cool thing is, because basically what you can do is you can write. I'll show you this example. Let's try something. I'll move these aside. I can write something with a pen. Let's try this. Okay, let's use my favorite right now, the Synergy clicker. And let's write dentist at 3:30. And I'm going to highlight this. And let's say I'm color coding. Let's do it in, well, these are in the normal. I like this green. And you can see that right there. Looks really good. Dentist 3:30. But wait a minute. You know, it's the day before then, and the dentist calls you and say, well, the dentist is not going to be available. This is canceled. Or can you come earlier at, let's say, at noon instead? and you say, well, you know what, I can come earlier. So what you can do is, instead of crossing it out and doing a whole like rescheduled thing, you can just erase. Sorry, I'm just going to shake the... So I can erase that there. You do kind of see a little bit of remnant of it. It can't be avoided, but I can try and do here. I'm going to try not to write on where I wrote before. So let it dry for a little bit. I mean, it doesn't really need to fully dry, but I don't want it to really smear. So I've already highlighted that, so then I'm just going to cover it over here. So there. Now I've changed it to 12 p.m. Is it perfect? No, but at least I didn't have to white out and use that, you know, white out for that. So there's things like that. It's trade-offs. It's not exactly perfect, but it's pretty good. And sometimes I try not to write so hard on the paper so it doesn't like pull through. What I do like though, writing with a different color works really well. So let's try this with the hot pink. And I'll highlight it with the pink. Okay, so you can see that there. And then I'm going to take, let's take the highlighter one. Let's just change the time. It works kind of better with a less dark color to 12 p.m. And we'll try to connect the highlighter. There you go. And of course, with highlighting, when you double highlight it, it double, makes it dark for the whole thing. But I think that's a better trade-off too. So if you are going to change different things, I do recommend using more of a color pen and then highlight with the color over it rather than using just a black one, because the black, I don't know, maybe the pigments in it. Basically how this works is they used special pigments in the ink and add these micro capsules that act as a pigment. But when the art of the act of actually the friction of erasing it brings heat, just like if you rub your hands together, they get hot. The heat erases the text from the page. One of the problems is if you are using this as your planner and you have all your appointments in here for your weeks and for your months, if you leave this planner in your car and it's hot, it can erase your entire planner. It can make all the pages disappear. You can make it reappear with cold temperatures. So some people say, oh, put it in the fridge or in the freezer or something for a little bit and all the writing will come back. So it's a little bit, it's a little bit tricky in that sense. But, if you're just using it, for day-to-day planning and nothing that you're going to really archive per se for this is not something that's your, some people archive their planners, most people do, but I mean, sometimes, like for daily planners, I just throw them away. There's no need to keep them. So it doesn't really matter. So if you like the ease of being able to erase what you write, this is a great way to do that. So just don't do it when you sign checks or for legal documents. That's definitely not recommended. So yeah, I know right now a lot of people like the Synergy. I really like the needle tip that they have on here. It just feels like really, really nice. And they did say that the knock comes in 0.3, 0.4, and 0.5. And I feel like for me, even writing small, I don't write too small. I can write small. I feel way more comfortable with the 0.5 than a 0.3. This feels a little more scratchy. But you can see the comparison of the needles here. The tip is very, very fine. But I would, if I was going to go with the Synergy Knock 0.3, I would get this in different colors over just the black one, because I feel like the black is not really black. It's too light because it has such a extra fine tip. That the Synergy one, it's still dark grayish. It looks a lot better. So let me just go back to this page here. So yeah, so that's this. And then this is what I wanted to show you, the Legami. These are really cute. So they come in little animals, and I looked up at the store in France, I could buy these individually, but I think there's like a 6-pack or a 5-pack on Amazon. I'll link to it below and I'll show you in the picture here. I got these two are black and they're 0.7. I feel like it's dark enough. They had different colors too. I don't typically write that much in color, but I'm starting to want to do that. It's really fun. So 0.7 writes really well. It's very smooth, and there's like a rubber cushion on this that it's really like easy to write with. So this one, it'll tell you the ink. This is purple ink and erasable pen, 0.7 millimeters. So, and then I thought they were really funny. Don't worry, be hoppy. So this is the pen. It's a typical pen here, and it's very thin. It's not as thick as a, so this is it's a little bit thinner than the FriXion. Let's see. They're very skinny and long. But I thought the bunny was really cute. My daughter and I got a bunch together. And I got the panda because I wanted black, and then I got the black cat because I wanted black. But they had like a giraffe, and they had like other animals in there too. Obviously, if I bought another pen, my husband's going to be like, why do you need more pens? But I thought these were really cute and fun just to have. And then I do like this a lot. I think I should use this more. Let me go back here. You can see it's not, when it writes, there is some like, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's from the ink or something. It's not completely filled. So let's try something here. Maybe you need to press down a little bit more. I think because I haven't really used these pens. Yeah, that's a little better in the second round. So yeah, maybe the first pass you need to like let it go for a bit more. Oh, this still does that little thing. It's like it's not quite filled. So yeah, there's pros and cons, but let's see how it erases. I think it erases pretty good. There's still like a, shadowing of it, but it's pretty good. I will show you. So the trade-off is this. Basically, I messed up in my Laurel Denise planner. This was like a couple days ago. I was using my Synergy. I planned the wrong week. I thought this was this week, and you can see the remnants of my writing in here. So we'll have to see. I tried to erase a little more. How next week will go. Maybe next week I shouldn't be using an erasable marker. I should use my regular pen. It'll probably write better on top of here, because sometimes I've found that once you've highlighted and erased things, you can see in some of my appointments on the top here, it will, it may not write over it again. So that's another issue too. The only issue is I think for Tomoe River paper, it's a little bit trickier. Maybe because the paper is so thin. But you can write it. I don't think I tried the black. I tried the thing. Let's just see like a dentist again. 2 p.m. And let's try it in like a color pink too. And we'll... Let me try to erase this. Okay, this one was really good. I think the color is pretty good. It leaves it kind of puffy there. Let's try the back. Yeah, it's still, you can kind of see a little bit. There's a little bit of this, and then it kind of pushes down when you erase, because you're pressing down, it makes marks on the page. So that's just, if you're okay with that, it's fine. And I'm trying to erase it. Sorry, I'm shaking. I'm gonna hold this down. Yeah, it's okay. So yeah, there's some trade-offs. It may not be so perfect, but it's you do see the little bumps of you erasing in the paper. But if it's something you want to do, and someone, I think I read somewhere, it was really funny, if you could you could fill up a whole journal and then use a hairdryer and erase everything. If you just wanted to get everything off your chest, and nobody would know what you wrote unless it got freezing cold. I want to add that these pens are actually pretty affordable for the technology that they have. A set of highlighters, I think on Amazon they were like around $6.60 or something like that, in that range. Same for even the Japanese highlighters. Just keep in mind I'm missing 2 colors, orange and red. So they're very affordable. I think it's even cheaper at Target. So if you happen to go by Target and you want to try these out, throw these in your cart. I mean, I love shopping at Target just to, like, you know, just to get everything that you need for the home and then a little something for yourself, right? So I do highly recommend right now. My favorite is the FriXion Synergy 0.5. The Synergy is really good because it has a needlepoint tip. So I would definitely get that. They even have fancier ones. I think they may be either the Synergy or the Knock, like really pretty colors and blush. But you know what? Honestly, I don't want to go too far, because I feel like if I really wanted to pay money for a nicer pen, I'd rather invest in something else than an erasable one. So for me, using this pen and having this black barrel it's totally fine. I don't see anything wrong with that one. And I do, if you like these little cute little Legami pens, I'll leave the link for Amazon because they are super cute. So I'm really glad that last year when I looked on Amazon, last October when I was in France, I didn't see them on Amazon. They sold maybe 1 or 2, but now I see that they have a whole set, and those aren't expensive either. So they'd be a cute little gift for someone. So my one caveat is just to make sure if you live in a hot climate that you don't leave your planner in your hot car or outside, because your information will disappear. And also to make sure definitely not to use these pens in legal documents. So yeah, so this is my little experience with a little collection of FriXion erasable pens and also the Legami. So I hope you like this cute introduction to them. And if you like stationery content and planner content like this, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. I'd love to have you be a part of my YouTube family. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.